Hi guys, it's Alana from Yardaballs. Here's part 2 of installing a gas tank on a John Deere LA115. So here's the new gas tank. It has a support strap that needs to be installed, and it came with some hoses and some clamps and some other pieces. It also came with instructions which are not very clear, so today we will show you how to install the new tank.
So in the first video, we loosened everything up on the main body of it. So here's a little tip. It's not that heavy to lift it up, but if you grab a length of wood or 2x4 and set it in there, it makes it a lot easier for putting the new brackets in.
Okay, so the first step is we have these two brackets that we're going to install. They just slide in and just kind of set in there for now. So first we'll put this one in. There's two holes right here in the frame. This bracket here just sits right down in there. The second bracket, you're going to line up the holes with the holes here on the frame, and it's just going to set in here, and when we put the body back on the tractor, these will bolt down with the springs under the seat. So the next step is we have a connector piece, and we have the hose, and we have the old hose here. So the new tank, the inlet is on the opposite side of the old one, so we need to extend this hose. So we're just going to take this piece here and slide it in to the old hose. Get it in there as far as you can. Then we're going to take the new hose and we're going to stick that one on top. Slide that in. Alright, so now you have some clamps here. So we're going to secure the clamps around the piece we just installed. So let's put this up here. We'll take the other clamp here. I'll slide that one down and secure the hoses. Okay, so now we're ready to install the new tank. It has this little cap here on the end. We just need to take that off like that so we can install the hose. We're going to take the new tank and we're going to place it here on the brackets, just like that. Then we're going to take the hose with the new extension we put on it, and we're going to slide that over here. Get that on there as far as you can. And we're going to take this clamp here. We're going to move that to the end to hold the hose on to the new tank. There we go. Some feedback we've seen about these gas tanks is they're a little bit, they don't quite fit right here like the old ones did. My dad had this piece of rubber stall mat. He put down some mats in his workshop and he had a little piece left over. It's a perfect size to put in here. You can look up different ways of tightening up the gas tank, but this little piece here fits perfect. And it makes the gas tank nice and snug. It shouldn't go anywhere. It's alright. Now we have the gas tank installed, and now we're going to start putting it back together. So first we're going to lower the body back down onto the frame. Alright, so the first step in putting it back together is we're going to put the cowl back on. So this will go right here. I'm probably going to need some assistance to get this in. So my husband will be doing that. I'm going to lift this up, slide this in, and then try to get these tabs back underneath.
tab. So this is the last one I have to get. It's right here, right?
Alright, so now we have the cowling back on. So now we have to reattach these screws right here and then reattach the bolts down here to the frame. So now we're going to attach the cowling back to the frame with 6 bolts down here. Put these back in. Alright, the next step, we are going to put the battery tray back in. So we're just going to flip this guy back up and over in here. Watch out for the wires. Alright. Alright, there we go. And this guy here attaches down here. There's 4 bolts that attach this back on. The screws. And put these on loosely, and then we'll get all 4 in, and then we'll come back and tighten them up. Okay, we got 2 in the back. One right here. You'll need to make sure that you've got your bracket inside lined up. It needs to come down a little bit. There we go. Okay, one more. Okay, some assistance will get it lined up again on this side. Put the last screw in. And then we'll go back and tighten up those first 2 screws. All right, before we put the battery in, we need to put the battery bracket back in. So this here just sits in here to support the battery. It has a hole here and a hole here on the front. You want to make sure those are lined up. All right, so here's the bolt that holds the bracket on. So I'm going to put that in here. There we go, and now we need to install the battery. All right, the next step, now we've got the bracket in and the battery tray, we're going to install the battery. Now we're going to install the springs. Just put these right back on here. So when you put the springs on, you want to make sure that the bracket that's holding the gas tank is lined up so you can get this on. And screw these back on. Alright, the last part we have is just putting this handle back on. Just slides right on. And there we go.
All right, and that wraps up the install of the new gas tank in the LA115 or any LA100 series John Deere riding lawnmower. Got the gas tank installed, ready to fill up and start mowing some lawns. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them below. And do us a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We could use your support, and we'll keep bringing you more projects as they come along.
Thanks for following along with us. This is Alana from Yardables. Happy gardening.